My roommate thinks he's cool. Look at this kid.
What up, baby? NSD Fit!
What up, YouTube? It's NSD Fit here again. Woo! Back at it. Today we're going to talk about carbs. There are 4 big myths about carbs that we want to crack, bust, and let y'all know the truth. So starting with number 1.
Carbs are bad for you. That is the biggest lie. Biggest lie. They are your main source of energy, as well as they really help with replacing you in workouts, preparing you for workouts. I want you to think of carbs. Let's think of it in terms of gas. So let's say you go to a gas station, you have unleaded, mid-grade, and premium. Carbs, that's your premium source. Your body's going to run the most efficient on those carb sources. So just remember, carbs are key.
Second myth, low carb diet equals the best diets. Sure, yeah, you can eat low carbs and you're going to lose weight. Duh, that's science. You're not taking in a lot of calories. But... Okay, come on. So, okay. Myth 2: eliminating carbs help you lose weight and keep it off. That is completely false. Yeah, short term, if you don't eat carbs, you're going to lose weight. That's because you're not intaking as many calories as you would if you were eating carbs. But long term, it's not sustainable. Are you just not going to eat carbs for the rest of your life? No, that's not a sustainable diet to have. You need to make sure that you're eating carbs, because when you don't eat carbs, your body is so smart and so adaptable that it goes into starvation mode. And since it's not getting carbs, it's pulling its energy from other sources such as your muscles. So when you go back to eating carbs later on, it's just going to store all the carbs that you're eating and use it as energy. So then you're going to just put the weight back on that you originally lost. So a low carb diet is not sustainable. It doesn't make sense. Don't waste your time.
Myth number 3. Avoid carbs after your workout. That is completely wrong. You need carbs after your workout and you need carbs before your workout. Back to the car example as Noah was talking about. If you're about to go on a long drive and you fill up your car with gas, and then after that long drive you need to refuel. Now replace that with your body. Before your workout, you need to fuel your body up with carbs. Then after that long hard workout, you need to refuel that body again with carbs. Carbs are just as important as protein when it comes to working out.
Alright, myth number 4. All carbs come from bread or pasta. That is false. There are so many different sources you can get your carbs from. Let's start off with, there's 2 different types of carbs you get. There's simple and there's complex. Simple carbs come from things such as fruit, Gatorade, Pop-Tarts, candy. Those are simple sugars.
They're what you guys call bad carbs.
Yeah. And then we have our complex carbs, which you can get from sweet potatoes, whole wheat bread, granola, things such as that. The difference between simple and complex carbs is that simple carbs spike your, they have a high glycemic index, so they spike your insulin. And when insulin spikes, it shoots back down, and it causes you to be hungry again. So let's say you're eating candy, for example. When you eat candy, yeah, you feel full for about 30 to 45 minutes, but then you're hungry again because your insulin was spiked and then it shot back down, so it created that hungry feeling. When you have a complex carb, they have a lower glycemic index, so they don't shoot your insulin up as high. So you feel fuller for longer.
Boom! That is 4 myths busted by NSD Fit. Now what we want to do is just give you guys an example of a perfect day when taking in carbs. So, let's start off with breakfast.
Breakfast, my favorite meal of the day, the best meal of the day. When you eat breakfast in the morning, you want to make sure you're including carbs. You haven't eaten for about 6 to 8 hours, so your body has no energy. So you want to give it the energy to fuel your activities that you're going to be doing during the day. So you want to eat things such as oatmeal that you can get from
Costco.
And granola, you can have some toast. Some fruits are also really good sources of carbs to eat in the morning, just to get your body ready for the day.
All right, on to the next meal. This is the meal you want to eat before you work out. You want to have this to include carbs as well. You want to try to have this 3 to 4 hours before you work out. In this meal, you also want to have the complex carbs. You want to have the sweet potatoes, the rice, the black beans. That way it gets in your system. It's a slow digestive, so your body picks it apart and gets exactly what it needs for the workout. Then, right before the workout, say about 15 minutes, if you're still feeling low, feel like you don't have the energy that you need, this is when the simple carbs come into play. You can have, Pop-Tart, banana, some Gatorade, just a small amount just to give you that insulin shoots up and you get that short burst of energy that you need.
The next part is actually after your workouts. You want to make sure you add, we said this in myth 3, you want to make sure that you add carbs after you work out. So I like to usually add oats to my protein shake, and then a little bit later on in the day, of course, you got to have dinner. So that's when you can either use rice, broccoli, sweet potatoes, and then near the end of the night, this is also pretty big, depending on your goals. If you're trying to, lean up, tone up a little bit, you want to cut off the carbs near the end of the night. But if you're trying to bulk up like I am right now, I actually like to add carbs again. Like I'll either get some cereal or put some more oats in another protein shake to really have those carbs sit in my system for later on. And just also remember that, protein is great, but carbs is what helps that protein really digest in the most efficient way possible. So I hope that we were able to clear up all these myths about carbs for you. If you have any more questions, please feel free to email us at nsd.fit@gmail.com.
Or comment down below if you have any questions.
Wait a minute. Am I forgetting one thing?
Embrace the